Simon Wang is a professor of climate dynamics at the Utah State University. He joins us from the city of Logan. Professor, not a surprise that June was the warmest on record in North America, but worldwide it was also the fourth hottest June on record. Are we seeing temperature records being broken with increasing frequency?
Yes, we are seeing this trend, and unfortunately, we are seeing these new records almost like a daily from the news. The extreme weather incidents, including heat, increasing at accelerated pace worldwide. So at any single area, you might not see that as a long-term trend or as sporadic, but overall in the region or the world, it is showing the trend.
The U.S. and Canada, as we know, see deadly wildfires every year. And this year, it seems like the wildfires in Canada started even earlier than usual. Is this a trend that we're likely to see continue as we see more of these record-setting heat waves? And what is the long-term outlook if this continues?
Depending on the region, you're really seeing this transition time period. Transition means from spring to summer or from summer into fall. During this transition time when the weather change is usually the largest. And so this is also where a long-term trend as we are seeing might reflect the most upon. Earlier in the season, which when the earth warms up the most is when we likely see these spikes. Going into the summer season, for example, it's not like we won't see a high temperature, but because it's high temperature, so you may not feel that much, or the record stays relatively stable. So yeah, we are seeing this trend worldwide, including the monsoon region in Southeast Asia as well.
What about Europe, which is also seeing record-setting temperatures? What sort of effects are we seeing in Europe from this extreme weather, such as, for example, wildfires similar to North America?
Europe has a diverse topography and land-sea interactions, so that mitigate the trend a little bit. But we are seeing trends from, for example, Mediterranean countries, and that's where you have a large water body and land mass, and also terrains, and also a semi-arid climate and large forest. So depending on the region, Europe as a whole will be seeing an increasing trend. That's what the climate model suggested, similar to Australia and North America as well.
You know, we do these stories often, particularly this time of year as we see these record high temperatures, and we often talk about urgent action needs to be taken. We hear world leaders talk about it as well, and yet still nothing ever seems to happen. What does need to be happen? What is this urgent action that needs to happen?
I think every party is trying to produce some actionable policies, and it's going to take time. I think the baseline issue is that when we talk about climate issues, it's not even in any country that can do just one thing to change it. It has to be all in or all lose. And that's why we're seeing these difficulties or the sluggishness in terms of actionable policies that turns into real actions. But yes, things are happening. So I guess the increasing extreme events has probably one good thing to say is that it's increasing awareness. So people are feeling more and more the effect of it, and that's going to change the perception. Hopefully, we can accelerate the actionable policies.
Yeah, I certainly hope that is the case. What countries in particular are most vulnerable to climate change? Where are we seeing the change happen the fastest?
There are different indices that we can all look online and also from UN reports. Some countries coming from lower income or developing or also at unique geographic locations, such as in the middle of the oceans, those of course will see the most immediate and most intuitive impacts. But in my opinion, all countries suffer. In the United States, for example, each weather extreme will cause tremendous economic loss, and over time, as a region as a whole, it actually brings down GDP. So you can't really say that better developed countries are not vulnerable to it. I mean, all countries are vulnerable.
All right, we'll leave it there. Professor Simon Wang joining us from Logan, Utah. Thank you.